Everyone, I'm Eric Bolling. Welcome to Cashing In. In a moment, we'll be going full speed ahead, exploring the latest in Washington with our Cashing In crew. Joining us also, Colonel Alan West. But first, joining me now in the hot seat, my very good friend and Fox News contributor, Sarah Palin. Governor, welcome. By the way, we obviously can't trust the IRS. They proved that by targeting conservatives. And now the agency is giving their employees, their union employees, $70 million in bonuses paid for by the taxpayer. This can't be sitting well with you.
No, it certainly doesn't. I think only in an Orwellian government would a collective bad deed be so generously rewarded. It is a shame, and it's just more reason to distrust our federal government and the nonsense that's going on in Washington, D.C.
You know, that's the overriding theme of this show and basically the past couple of months is, can we trust them? Governor, can we trust them?
Well, can I trust our federal government? Is the bear Catholic? Does a pope live in the woods? No, I do not trust our federal government. Eric, you know, that is the $17 trillion question, as a matter of fact. When you have a government that will not even acknowledge to the American public that we are bankrupt, and instead the federal government continues to perpetuate the problem by digging more debt and spending money on ridiculous items and programs, that's just one example as to why it is that the American public cannot trust this federal government. It seems that Washington is for sale. And we have so many examples, even in the recent weeks, Eric, that lead people to understand and acknowledge that we all need a very, very healthy distrust of our federal government.
Governor, this week the Tea Party suggested maybe it's time to abolish the IRS. What do you think of that idea?
Right on. Absolutely. In fact, this would give us reason to finally head towards simplification of a tax code and adopt a flat tax. And, you know, that way we could abolish the bureaucracy that is so burdensome and so expensive and really engaging in some ridiculous antics today in the IRS. And it would allow some sledgehammering of crony capitalism also, and some corruption within the tax cheats and that whole scenario. I think this would give us great reason to make more sense of the coffers that are being filled by the American public's fruit of their labors.
Now, let's take a look. The IRS gave us a comment. Let's pull up on the full screen. It says, regarding the $70 million in bonuses, quote, the IRS is under a legal obligation to comply with its collective bargaining agreement, which specifies the terms by which awards are paid to bargaining unit employees. Now, Governor, that's part of the problem. It's a federal government program. We're paying their salaries, yet they're a union. Does this not, like, drive you crazy?
It drives me crazy because you can anticipate that the Obama administration will not even push back on what this union is demanding for its employees. That's what's a shame here, is that the Obama administration will kowtow to their friends who are union thugs. The leadership of so many of these unions are thugs, and they won't push back, unfortunately, because it gives bad name to the brothers and sisters within the union who just want to produce well for the American public and do their job. It's their leadership that is engaged in the thuggery that, unfortunately, Obama will not push back against.
We have no idea how high up this scandal goes. But, Governor, look, if the IRS is willing or able or committed to targeting conservative groups, you have to wonder if that is spread throughout the federal government right now. The reason why I bring that up is because this week we also learned that FBI Director Mueller has said that they are actually targeting Americans with drones. Your thoughts?
That's very disturbing, because I think what Mueller is telling us is, hey, America, on U.S. soil, we're gonna shoot you down just a little bit, because he's talking about just this minimal impact of drones on U.S. soil. Now, what this allows us to understand, though, is that Rand Paul was right when the senator engaged in the filibuster, and what he was asking for those couple of months ago. He was asking for these unanswered questions about domestic use of drones and the impact on the American public. What were they? What was going on? And was it actually happening? Of course, he was chided and mocked and ridiculed by the Obama administration and by some in the Senate for engaging in such a thing. But Rand Paul was right. He was asking the question questions, and now finally we're getting an answer that yes, drones are used on American soil.
Okay, so now we